My child, lay your head down, breathe gently, and let the noise of the day drift away. I am here, I am near, and I speak to your heart with a quiet kindness. I wrap you in peace like a warm mantle, and I invite you to rest under my word tonight. You have wondered if love can truly hold you while you sleep. You have carried questions like stones. You have carried fears like shadows. My child, bring them to me, lay them at my feet, and you will feel the weight lift. You will feel the night become soft. You will feel your heart grow steady again. Long before you could name your sorrow, a promise was set in motion. Generations passed like waves on the shore, and hope moved forward, quiet and sure, from fathers to sons, from mothers to daughters. A line of longing reached toward the dawn. In that long waiting, the light that would visit you was already on the way. For I am the fulfillment of mercy spoken long ago. I am the answer carried through the years for you. A humble home, a faithful heart, a young couple learning to trust. This is where heaven leaned close. My child, do not think that I arrive only in palaces. I come to rooms that are small, to streets that are forgotten, to lives that feel ordinary. The Spirit plants courage in a hesitant heart, and peace grows where fear once lived. This is how my coming began, gentle and true, near to the poor, near to the quiet, near to you. Do not be troubled by the uncertainty that visits you in the night. Joseph faced the ache of confusion. Mary held the secret wonder, yet grace guided them by dreams and whispers. And they chose trust. Trust is a lamp. It does not remove the night, but it shows the next step. Take the step that love lights for you, and you will find me waiting at every turn. A star was set above the world like a sign written in the sky. Seekers from distant lands began to move. They did not know each road. They only knew the direction of light. My child, begin with the light that you have. Walk toward kindness. Walk toward truth. Walk toward the quiet voice that calls you by name. If you do this, you will find me, and your heart will learn its own true country. There was danger also, for every new birth of hope stirs fear in those who cling to power. Rage rose, cruelty struck, grief was heard in the streets, yet the Father guarded the promise, and the child was kept. This is what I tell you tonight. Your life is not left to the storm. Your steps are seen. Your tears are known. And I keep you even when the wind howls against your window. We went down into a foreign land. We returned by hidden paths. And we grew in a quiet town. This is how salvation learned the language of daily life. I learned the rhythms of work. I learned the names of neighbors. I learned the sound of morning in the hush of evening. So now I walk into your ordinary hours. I sit with you at your table. I stand with you in your doorway. And I bless your coming and your going. A voice rose in the wilderness. Repent, come home, make a straight way for the Lord. The river ran cold and clear, and hearts were washed of dust and despair. My child, repentance is not shame. Repentance is the door that opens from a cramped room into a wide field. Turn from what has hurt you and others. Turn toward the one who heals, and you will taste freedom like fresh water on thirsty lips. I stepped into the water with all who were hungry for newness. The sky opened like a smile. The Spirit descended like a tender dove. The voice of the Father rested on me with delight. My beloved Son, this joy is not far from you. In me, you are welcomed. In me, you are seen. In me, you are called beloved. Let this name settle into you, and the restlessness within you will begin to calm. Then came the desert, sand and silence, hunger and heat. The tempter offered shortcuts, stones into bread, spectacle without surrender, a crown without a cross. But the soul does not live by bread alone. The soul lives by every word of the Father. My child, you also will stand where no applause is heard, and you will be asked to trade truth for ease. Stand with me, keep your heart steady, answer with the words of life, and the empty promise will lose its grip. When I left the desert, I walked along the waters of Galilee. I called ordinary people with ordinary hands, follow me, and I will teach you to gather people as if they were precious fish brought safely to shore. They left nets and fear behind. They learned step by step, and they did not always understand. My child, I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for a willing heart. Give me your simple yes, and I will shape a new future from it. Crowds grew, needs poured in, wounds surfaced. I taught them to see blessing in places the world overlooks. I taught them to carry light on a hill and to keep salt from losing its savor. I taught them to forgive and to speak a clean yes and a clean no. I taught them to love enemies and to walk the extra mile. All of this I teach you now, not to weigh you down, but to set you free. For love fulfills what fear cannot. Look at the birds, they neither sow nor reap, yet they rest in the certainty of care. Look at the flowers, they do not labor to be beautiful, yet they are clothed in splendor. My child, you are worth more than many sparrows. You are cherished beyond the lilies of the field. Seek first the kingdom. Make room for righteousness in your choices, and the things you worry over will find their place. Let tomorrow rest. It belongs to me. Live this day, and live it with me. Ask, and keep asking. Seek, and keep seeking. Knock, and keep knocking. Not because the Father is reluctant, but because your asking opens your heart to receive, and your seeking trains your eyes to recognize the gift. Give as you would wish to receive. Do to others what you hope they would do to you. This is a simple line, but it carries the weight of heaven. There are two roads before you. One is wide and easy, crowded with noise and hurry. The other is narrow and quiet, marked by trust and small faithful steps. Walk the narrow road with me, and you will find life that does not fade. Beware of voices that wear sheep's skins yet carry the hunger of wolves. Do not measure by charm, measure by fruit. Good roots bear good harvest. Let your life become a tree that shelters others in heat and storm. When the storm rose on the lake, my friends trembled. Waves climbed the sides of the boat. The sky pressed low. I slept, not because I did not care, but because I was not afraid. They cried out, and I stood. I spoke to the wind and the water, and a great calm spread over everything. My child, I am with you in your small boat. I do not leave when the sky turns dark. Call on me, and the gale within you will bow to my word. Peace will come like a deep breath after tears, and you will know that you are not alone. Tonight, let this truth keep you. You are seen, you are carried, you are loved. Rest now under my promise, and wake with a heart made new. My child, keep your heart steady, for I lead you through memory and meaning so that your present steps may be guided by light. The night once held a sign. A star rose like a tender lamp hung over the world. Far travelers lifted their eyes and felt a pull within. They set out with simple trust, not knowing every turn of the road, yet certain that the light would not lie. This is how many journeys begin, not with a map, but with a stirring. not with control, but with courage. They walked across dry hills and crowded markets. They asked and listened. They rested and rose again. Every step became a prayer. They carried gifts, yet the truest gift was their seeking. For a heart that seeks truth is already opening to grace. My child, start where you are. Take the next faithful step. Do the small right thing in front of you, and the way will widen under your feet. Power grew anxious when hope was born. Fear in the high places stirred the dust. Commands were spoken to break what heaven had begun. Tears fell in quiet homes. Mothers held silence that words could not carry, yet the Father guarded the promise. Joseph heard in a dream and moved at once. Night covered the road, yet purpose lit the path. We crossed borders with the moon above us, and safety hid in obedience. My child, when the world shakes, do not surrender to panic. Listen for the whisper of the Spirit. Act with a clean heart, and you will find a door where others see only a wall. In a foreign land we learned the patience of waiting. Days were simple, work was steady. We learned the language of neighbors. We thanked the giver for bread and for water. We learned that exile can become a school of trust. When the season changed, another word came: return. The danger had passed. The road home was unfamiliar, yet I was still the same. My child, you may stand between what hurt you and what heals you. You may feel that you do not belong to the past or the future. Be at peace. For belonging is not a place first, it is a relationship. Stay with me, and your home will unfold as you walk. Nazareth held the small wonders of ordinary days. The sun rose over low roofs, tools rang on wood, hands learned the craft of service. Names were called across the street at dusk. This is where holiness grew in quiet strength. My child, do not despise your ordinary. A soft word at the table, a faithful task, a patient answer. These are seeds of a kingdom that does not pass away. When love enters small rooms, those rooms become a sanctuary. When mercy is offered in small moments, those moments become eternal. A voice began to rise in the wild country. Make straight a way for the Lord. The wind carried the call over stones and shrubs. Hearts felt a tug, and many left the city heat to listen near a cold river. This voice spoke of repentance, not as shame, but as a return. Come home. Turn the face of your life toward the Father. Let the dust wash away. Begin again, my child. Repentance is a gift. The door is open. The welcome is real. The river is ready. You lay down what is heavy, and you receive what is light. You release the story that keeps you small, and you receive the truth that sets you free. Crowds came with tangled histories. Some held anger that had grown like a thorn bush. Some carried secrecy that had closed their breath. Some wore success like a bright cloak, yet felt hollow inside. The water did not ask for rank. The water did not ask for pride. It asked for honesty. It asked for a turning. My child, let honesty be your beginning. Speak the truth to your own heart. Name the wound. Name the habit. Name the fear. Not to accuse yourself, but to lead your soul to medicine. For the Father delights to heal what is brought into the light. The voice in the wilderness ate poor food and wore rough cloth. The message was rich though the messenger was poor. Pride walked past and did not see the treasure. The humble came near and found what they had been missing. My child, simplicity clears a path for grace. When you loosen your grip on what shines without substance, Your hands become free to receive what lasts. When you stop performing for a crowd, your ear becomes tuned to the one voice that can guide you through night and storm. I watched the river. I watched the faces. I watched the ones who had nothing to hide because they had chosen truth. In the hush between gusts of wind, you could hear hope. You could hear the sound of chains falling, not with iron noise, but with soft finality, for the chain that holds many souls is woven of thoughts and lies. It snaps when a heart consents to love. My child, consent to love, even if your consent is small. Even if your yes trembles, say it, then say it again tomorrow. You will. Notice a new steadiness inside you, like a lamp that refuses to go out. Repentance bears fruit. The fruit is gentleness where there was harshness, generosity where there was grasping, clarity where there was confusion, courage where there was retreat, patience where there was hurry. The fruit does not arrive by force. It grows because the root is turned toward living water. My child, bring your roots toward me. Draw from my word day by day. Take nourishment in silence. Let yourself be watered by prayer. You will not need to shout your growth. The shade of your life will tell the story. The tired will sit beneath your branches and breathe easier. There were also those who came to the river to be seen. They wore long lines of rule on their sleeves, yet carried little mercy in their hands. They measured others with a cold scale, and never measured their own hearts. The voice called them to the same door. Bear the fruit that matches your words. Let justice and kindness become your daily bread. My child, be careful with the measure you use, for the measure you give is the measure that shapes you. Give mercy, and mercy will teach your hands how to heal. Give truth with kindness, and truth will teach your tongue how to bless. From the hills of Galilee to the edges of deserts, a hunger was growing. People longed for more than ceremony. They longed for a living word, a touch that mended them where they were torn. They longed for a kingdom that was not named by the flags of empires, but by the character of its king. My child, the kingdom I bring is planted within. It grows like a seed hidden in soil. It rises like yeast inside simple dough. It becomes shelter for many, and nourishment for the weak. It asks for trust. It asks for the courage to forgive. It asks for the willingness to become small so that love may become great. You may ask in your heart, how do I begin? Begin with a listening spirit. Begin by setting aside the noise for a little while each day. Breathe in the promise that you are loved. Breathe out the fear that you are alone. Open the pages of the Word. Let a single line follow you through your tasks. Let that line be like a thread you hold as you move from room to room. Soon you will notice that your steps stumble less, your thoughts grow clear, your reactions soften, and your choices turn toward life. Remember this also, protection is not the same as the absence of storms. Protection is the presence of purpose within them. Joseph did not control the night, but he obeyed the voice he heard. The child did not remove exile, but the father turned exile into a road that led home. My child, I do not promise you a life without wind. I promise you a compass that points you through the wind. I do not promise you the removal of every mountain. I promise you strength to climb, and I promise that every ascent will teach your heart a song that the valley could not teach. When fear rises, speak to me as you are. Use simple words, short and honest. I am near. I understand the language of sighs and the grammar of tears. You do not need to perform prayer. You need to bring yourself to it. Sit in silence if you cannot speak. Rest your head on my promise if you cannot stand. Place your worry in my hand, one piece at a time, and watch how peace enters one breath at a time. In the town of your daily life, be faithful with small mercies. Greet those who feel unseen. Bless the meal even when it is plain. Offer patience where haste has ruled. Keep your word even when no one is watching. Close the door to gossip with a kind but firm refusal. These are the stones of a straight path. These are the lamps that help others find their way. My child, when you live this way, you preach even when you are silent. You lead even when you walk at the back. You heal even when you simply refuse to harm. The voice in the wilderness prepared the ground. Soon, the river would open to a greater revelation. Soon, the sky would speak. Soon, the first light of full day would touch the surface of the water and rise upon a new beginning. My child, preparation is holy. Waiting is not wasted. The unseen roots you grow in these quiet hours will feed every leaf of your future. Stay with the practice of return. Keep your heart soft and your hands open. The Father delights in a soul that is willing to begin again. Take this night and let it be your Nazareth. Let it be the humble town where peace learns your name. Let it be the workshop where hope takes shape under patient hands. Let it be the small room where trust sits at your table and smiles. I am with you. I guard you. I guide you. Walk in purpose and rest in mercy. For the same love that sheltered the child shelters you, and the same purpose that moved a family through the dark will move you into the day. My child, the river closed behind us, and a new day opened before us. The Father had spoken delight, the Spirit had rested like a gentle dove, and the desert had taught endurance. Now I stepped into towns and fields where pain had long lived. I walked the roads of Galilee. I breathed the dust of busy streets, and I carried the nearness of heaven into ordinary doors. Crowds gathered, some curious, some desperate, some angry in ways they could not name. I taught with a steady voice, not to impress, but to men. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for they know they are not alone. Blessed are those who mourn, for comfort will find them. Blessed are the meek, for they will discover the strength that cruelty cannot touch. Blessed are those who hunger for what is right, for they will be filled with a goodness that does not spoil. My child, these blessings are not a ladder for the proud, they are a lantern for the weary. Hold them close, repeat them in the quiet. Let them shape the way you see yourself and the way you see others. You are the salt of the earth, I said, not to burden you, but to remind you that goodness has a flavor and a staying power. You are the light of the world, I said, not to make you perform, but to invite you to stop hiding. A lamp belongs on a stand, not under a bowl, so live with a generous heart and an honest tongue. Let your small mercy shine, not to win applause, but to help someone else find the next step in the dark. I did not come to erase the law or the prophets. I came to bring them to their fullness. Mercy completes justice. Purity begins in the heart. Forgiveness refuses to keep score. Love travels the extra mile. Speak a simple yes and a simple no. Do not swear by heaven or earth. Do not dress falsehood in holy clothing. Let your words be clean water for thirsty people. My child, the kingdom is not a show. It is a way. Walk it one decision at a time, and your life will become a living teaching. You heard it said that hatred is safe so long as hands stay still. I tell you that anger needs healing before it hardens your heart. You heard it said that desire harms no one when it hides inside. I tell you that desire becomes cruelty if it refuses to become love. You heard it said eye for eye and tooth for tooth. I tell you to step out of the circle of hurt, offer the other cheek, return greed with generosity, carry the second mile, protect the dignity of the one who has none. This is not weakness, this is the strength of heaven, and it remakes the world one act at a time. Pray without performance, give without trumpets, fast without a painted face. The Father sees in secret, the Father rewards in secret. Store treasure where moth cannot chew and rust cannot stain. Let your eye be clear, let your focus be single, and your whole self will fill with light. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot keep one hand in fear and the other in faith forever. My child, seek first the kingdom and the rightness that flows from love, and what you truly need will find you at the right hour. Look at the birds, they rise and rest and trust. Look at the flowers, they unfold their beauty without anxiety. You are more than birds, you are more than flowers. Do not worry about tomorrow, let tomorrow be carried when it arrives. The grace for tomorrow will meet you tomorrow. The grace for today is here now. Breathe it in, move one step, rest, and move again. Do not judge, remove the plank from your own eye, then you will see clearly enough to help your brother with his speck. Ask and it will be given, seek and you will find, knock and the door will open. The Father delights to give good gifts. Give to others what you would hope to receive from them. This one line gathers law and prophets into a single living thread. My child, tie that thread around your day, and you will walk steadily. Two roads lie before every soul. One is wide and easy. It rushes toward ruin while singing loud songs. The other is narrow and quiet. It walks toward life while carrying love. Choose life. Watch the fruits of those who speak. Do not be fooled by costumes. Grapes do not grow on thorns. Figs do not sprout from thistles. A good tree bears good fruit. Let your life become an orchard for the hungry. When I finished speaking, people felt authority like a firm hand on the back, not a heavy hand, but a guiding one. Then I came down the hillside and began to heal what pain had claimed. A leper knelt and whispered his longing. I touched him though others would not, and the skin remembered its original peace. A centurion came with a love that was clear and humble. He believed that a word could cross distance as surely as a foot crosses a floor. My child, faith is not noise. Faith is trust in the character of God. The sick servant rose, and the household learned the taste of hope. The day was long and doors kept opening. The fever left the mother-in-law. Demons fled before a quiet command. Broken minds began to breathe again. Prophecy was alive in the streets. He took our infirmities and bore our diseases. I crossed the lake to rest, and a stone rose with anger. Waves climbed the boat, the sky pressed down. My friends cried out. I stood and I spoke to water and wind, and the great calm returned. My child, I am in your small boat, when your thoughts crash like waves. Speak my name, let me rise within you, and peace will find its place. On the far shore, violence hid among the tombs. Voices were chained inside two men. The town avoided them. I moved toward them. Demons named their fear and fled into a herd. A cliff became a grave for a darkness that had claimed too much. The townspeople chose safety over salvation. They asked me to go. I honored their choice and left. My child, not every soul is ready for sudden light. Be patient with your own heart and with the hearts of others. Plant seeds, leave room for the rain, trust the slow work of redemption. I returned and a paralyzed man was lowered through expectation and dust. I saw the faith of his friends. I spoke forgiveness before I spoke healing. This startled the learned. Yet the deeper sickness is not in the body first. It is in the soul. The bed lifted, the man walked, and wonder broke like morning across many faces. Then I called a tax collector from his table. Follow me. I sat with those others despised. Mercy prefers a table to a stage. My child, I did not come to congratulate the healthy. I came as a physician for the sick, which means I came for all. A ruler begged for his daughter. A woman pressed through a crowd with 12 years of sorrow. She reached for the edge of my garment. She believed that the smallest touch could carry the largest grace. It did. Daughter, take heart. Your faith has made you well. I spoke and her life changed course. I took the hand of the child and told the house to rise in hope. The flute players faltered. The laughter of disbelief fell quiet, and the little one stood. My child, hope walks in halls that smell like grief. Hope asks for the hand and helps it stand again. Two blind men followed the sound of mercy. They asked for sight and received it. Then they ran until the news filled the region. A mute man spoke after the darkness left him. Some said it was the work of demons. A hard heart will explain away a sunrise. A soft heart will step outside to feel the light. My child, protect the softness of your heart. It is not weakness, it is soil for miracles. Town after town, I saw people exhausted, harassed, and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Compassion rose within me like a tide. The harvest is plentiful, I said, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest to send workers into his field. My child, you are an answer to that prayer, not by force, not by noise, but by kindness, by patience, by truth, by a willingness to be present where others refuse to stand. I gathered the 12 and placed in their hands what they had seen in mine: authority to heal, to free, to announce that the kingdom had drawn near. Travel light. I told them, carry peace, bless the homes that welcome you, shake dust from your feet where cruelty closes the door. Do not be afraid when councils and kings demand a speech. The Spirit will give you the words. Endurance will save your life in ways fear never could. My child, courage is a companion you grow by walking, not a medal you receive for standing still. I warned them that love would divide some houses, not because love desires harm, but because truth exposes the bargains that keep people asleep. Anyone who clings to the old life will lose it. Anyone who lets go for my sake finds a life that is truly life. To take up a cross is to say yes to love even when love costs. It is to carry purpose through misunderstanding. It is to refuse bitterness when injury comes, and to let forgiveness do a deeper work inside the wound. My child, this is not the end of joy. This is the beginning of a joy the world cannot steal. John sent a question from a prison cell. Are you the one? I answered with deeds. The blind see, the lame walk, the dead are raised, the poor hear good news, and the scandal of love keeps growing. Wisdom is justified by her children. The towns that refuse to repent heard my grief. Woe is a sorrowed word, not a curse. It is a final invitation to turn. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, I said. And I say it to you now. Take my yoke upon you. Learn from me. I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. Trade your heaviness for my companionship, and you will breathe again. Sabbath controversies rose like dust. Hungry disciples plucked grain. A hand withered and neglect opened like a flower when called by mercy. I told the watchers that kindness is lawful every day. The bruised reed I will not break. The smoldering wick I will not snuff out. Justice will go to victory. Hope will not be silenced. My child, let your religion become compassion. Let your doctrine become service. And let your knowledge become bread for the hungry. Whispers accused me of collusion with darkness. I answered with a simple image. A house divided against itself cannot stand. If I drive out darkness by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God has come upon you. Guard your words, for words reveal the treasury of the heart. On the day of truth, every careless sentence will be weighed. Speak life. Cultivate gratitude. Learn the language of blessing. My child, your tongue can become a tree of life for many. Practice until it bears good fruit. At the end of long days, I spoke in parables that hooked heaven to earth. A sower scattered seed. Some landed on hard paths, some on shallow soil, some among thorns, some on good soil. The harvest told the story of the heart. A mustard seed became a sheltering tree. A pinch of yeast lightened a heavy dough. A hidden treasure sent a buyer running with joy. A pearl of great price rearranged priorities in a single afternoon. A net drew in fish of every kind and judgment sorted them on the shore. My child, keep your soil soft. Keep your courage small and fierce like a seed. Keep your joy like the buyer who knows what truly matters. Gather what is good and let go of what is empty. When I returned to my hometown, familiarity tried to blind faith. Is this not the carpenter? They said, and they missed what stood before them. A prophet is without honor where people refuse to wonder. I did fewer miracles there, not because my power diminished, but because they chose a closed door. My child, guard your wonder. Do not let cynicism make your world small. Expect grace in ordinary places, and you will find me waiting in the familiar with new mercies. Rest now, for this day has carried many words and many healings. Let the summary be simple. I am with you. I speak to your heart. I teach you a way that makes life whole. I lay my hand upon what hurts, and I lift you to your feet. Sleep under this promise. Wake ready to walk again, and know that every step you take with me writes a new story of hope upon the earth. My child, let us build your inner house with words that hold, not with boards that splinter. A life is raised one choice at a time, and every choice is a stone laid upon a stone. Begin with the foundation that cannot crack. Begin with love. For love bears weight that fear cannot bear, and love endures the long storm without bitterness. When you pray, come to me without a mask. Close the door of display. Open the door of honesty. Sit in the small room of the heart and breathe my name. Speak simply, Father in heaven, make your name holy in me. Let your kingdom take root in my thoughts. Let your will be done in my steps as it is done in the heavens. Give me the bread of this day. Forgive my debts as I release those who owe me. Lead me away from the snare. Deliver me from the thief of joy, my child. This prayer is a path. Walk it. Slowly, let it shape your posture. Let it loosen your fists. Let it soften your voice. Fast from noise. Fast from the praise of crowds. Fast from the need to be right. Let your hunger become a lantern that reminds you of who you truly desire. Anoint your head with quiet delight. Wash your face with hope. Steward your sacrifice in secret, and the Father who sees in secret will meet you with a reward that no hand can steal. Store treasure where moth cannot chew and rust cannot spread. Store treasure where thieves cannot pry and schemes cannot reach. For where your treasure rests, your heart curls around it. The lamp of the body is the eye. If your eye is single and clear, your whole being fills with light. If your eye is split and clouded, dark corners grow. My child, aim your seeing at what is true and compassionate. Aim your attention at what is pure and helpful. Guard your gaze as you would guard the doorway of your home. No one can live true under two masters. Either the soul leans into love or it leans into worry. Either the hands learn generosity or they grip with fear. I tell you with tenderness, seek first the kingdom. Seek the rightness that flows from love, and the bread you need, the path you need, the courage you need, will meet you in season. Look at the birds carried by air and fed without storehouses. Look at the flowers clothed in a beauty they did not weave. You are more than birds. You are more than flowers. Breathe out tomorrow. It does not belong to your grip. Breathe in today, for grace stands in the doorway of now. Judge with mercy, or do not judge at all. The measure you pour will be the measure that spills back into your own bowl. Remove the plank in your own eye, and you will see clearly enough to help a friend with a small splinter. Ask, and keep asking. Seek, and keep seeking. Knock, and keep knocking. The Father delights to give good as you receive. Remember the way of goodness in a single line. Do for others what you would wish done for you, my child. Tie this line around your wrist like a gentle cord. Let it guide your hand when you are tired. Let it steady your step when the path narrows. Enter by the narrow gate. The easy way is loud and crowded, yet it drifts toward harm. The quiet way is firm and bright, yet it asks for trust. Choose trust. Beware the teacher who wears the fleece of a sheep yet bears the appetite of a wolf. You will know a life by its harvest. Thorns do not yield grapes. Thistles do not yield figs. Good roots make good fruit. My child, tend your roots in my word. Water them with prayer. Shelter them with humility, and your fruit will arrive in season. Not every loud Lord, Lord belongs to me. The true child learns my way and puts it into practice. The wise person builds a house upon rock. Rain falls and wind beats, and the house remains. The foolish person builds upon sand. The same rain falls and the same wind beats, and the house falls. My child, hear and do. Let your faith become muscle and memory. Let your love become habit and craft. Then when the sky darkens, you will stand, not because storms are kind, but because your foundation is sure. I walked down the slope into a sea of need. A man with leprosy knelt in desperate hope. I reached my hand where others pulled back. Be clean, and his skin remembered peace. A soldier of Rome carried a quiet love for a suffering servant. He trusted that a word could travel, and it did. I marveled at such faith. My child, faith is not noise. Faith is a small, steady yes to the character of God. It is the courage to lean your weight on a promise when your senses tell you nothing has changed yet. I entered a house where fever burned the air. I touched a hand and the heat fell. Evening gathered the broken at the door, minds in chains, bodies in pain. A word broke iron, a touch taught the flesh to hope again. This is why I came, to carry your sickness into my heart, to lift your sorrow into my shoulders, to teach you that no night can outlaw dawn. We crossed water and a storm rose like a voice. The boat groaned. My friends shook. I slept in the held peace of the Father. They cried out. I rose. I spoke to the wind and waves, and calm spread like oil over rough water. My child, storms will visit you, and fear will say you are alone. Call to me. Let me rise within your thoughts. Peace will not argue with the wind. It will master it. And you will breathe like a person who has opened a window after a long winter. On the far shore, two men haunted by darkness met me from among the tombs. The town had learned to live around their pain. I refused that bargain. I moved toward them. The unseen shrank before the light. A herd rushed. A cliff absorbed the chaos, and silence returned to wounded minds. Not everyone rejoiced. Some asked me to leave. My child, some hearts fear freedom because freedom asks for change. Be patient, sow truth, wait for the soil to soften. Even refusal can become a furrow for a future. Seed. I came home and a paralyzed friend was lowered through a roof of dust and hope. I spoke forgiveness before I spoke strength. The body stood, but a deeper healing had already begun. I found a tax collector and invited him to walk a new road. He rose from the table of calculation to a table of mercy. My child, I will sit with your shame and turn it to testimony. I will sit with your enemies and teach them the taste of grace. For I did not come to applaud the righteous. I came as a physician for the sick, which means I came for every soul. A ruler begged for his little one. A woman with 12 years of bleeding reached for the edge of my garment. She touched hope and hope answered. I called the child to wake and the house changed its sound from flute to laughter. My child, learn the courage of a simple reach. Learn the prayer of a simple touch. Even the smallest faith can carry the largest mercy when it reaches for me. Two blind men followed the sound of compassion and received sight. A mute man spoke when darkness departed. The region filled with talk. Some honored the light. Some blamed the work on darkness. My child, keep your heart soft. It is better to risk wonder than to be safe inside cynicism. Wonder grows gardens. Cynicism salts the soil. I looked on the crowds and my heart heaved like the sea with compassion. They were weary. They were harassed. They were sheep without a shepherd. I spoke of a harvest that waits for hands. Pray for workers, I said. Then I called 12 by name and placed in their hands the medicine of the kingdom. Travel light, carry peace. Let your greeting become a blessing that settles on homes. If you are refused, let your peace return to you. And move on with untroubled heart. My child, keep your spirit light. Offer what I give. Do not carry what others refuse. The Spirit will teach you what to say when fear asks for a speech. I warned them that truth would split rooms where lies had kept a strained peace. I told them to choose me above comfort, to take up their cross and to follow love through misunderstanding. He who clings to his own life loses it. He who lets go for my sake finds a life that is truly life. My child, this is the road of meaning. Pain will visit. Yes, Yet joy will grow in the very place where pain once ruled, for love makes even suffering adore, and glory waits on the other side. A question came from a cell. Are you the one? Look and listen. I answered. The blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, the poor receive good news. Wisdom will be justified by her children. Towns that refuse to turn heard my grief. Woe is a last invitation spoken with tears. My child, hear my open arms in every hard word. I do not warn to harm, I warn to heal. Then I opened a wider invitation. Come to me, all who labor under weight, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke, learn my gentleness, learn my lowliness of heart. Find rest for your soul, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. My child, trade your restlessness for my companionship. Walk at my pace, breathe with me, and notice how the dust settles and the sky clears. Sabbath became a lesson in mercy. Hungry hands plucked grain, a withered hand opened like a dawn. I told the watchers that kindness is lawful every day. The bruised reed I will not break, the faint flame I will not quench. Justice will go on until victory. Hope will not be silenced. My child, let your learning become compassion. Let your doctrine become service. Let your zeal become bread for those who hunger for dignity. Words rose against me. A house divided cannot stand. I said, if I cast out darkness by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is upon you. Guard your mouth, for your words reveal the storehouse of your heart. On the day of truth, every careless word will stand in the light. Train your tongue to bless. Train your imagination to give thanks. Speak life until life becomes your native language. Parables open windows for listening hearts. A sower scattered seed. Soil told the story. A mustard seed became a tree that welcomed tired wings. A small fold of yeast lifted heavy dough. A field hid a treasure. A merchant found a pearl. A net gathered every kind, and the shore became a place of sorting. My child, keep your soil soft. Choose the small faithful yes. Sell what does not matter to gain what cannot be lost, and bring to your table both old wisdom and new mercy. In my own town they measured me by old familiarity and could not see new grace. Their unbelief closed shutters against morning. I did fewer works there, not because light had weakened, but because they had shut their eyes. My child, keep wonder, let gratitude open your windows. Expect me in the familiar, and I will surprise you with mercies that feel both known and new. Now rest, hold these teachings like warm bread. Share them tomorrow, eat and share again. For a life is built by the daily practice of love, and every day offers a chance to begin again. My child, the crowds kept coming, and need rose like tide upon the shore. I moved among the weary, and power went out like warmth from a hidden hearth. I lifted heads that had learned to look at the ground. I called burdens by name and they loosened their grip. In every village and field, the lowly found a hand, and the forgotten learned the sound of their own name spoken with honor. A man with skin like a map of exile knelt. Lord, if you are willing, make me clean. I touched where others refused to look. I am willing, be clean. And the flesh remembered its first morning. My child, when shame says hide, I say come close. When the world says unworthy, I say beloved. I stretch my hand across the border that fear has raised, and I put honor where contempt once lived. Another day a soldier who knew command approached with a humility that surprised many. He spoke of a servant in pain. He asked for a word, not for a performance. He trusted that authority crosses distance. He trusted that truth travels faster than feet. His heart understood that real power serves, not dominates. I marveled at such faith. I told those around that many would come from far horizons and sit at the feast of heaven, while some who presumed themselves secure would miss the door. My child, faith is not noise. Faith is alignment with the character of God. Say your quiet yes and let it carry, for heaven hears the whisper that pride ignores. A fever lay heavy on a humble bed. I touched a hand and the fire let go. She rose, and the first thing she did was serve. Service is the natural language of healed hearts. Evening arrived and doorways filled with ache, minds in chains, bodies in knots. Hope stood at the threshold and called them in. A word untied knots, a touch unfastened chains. Prophecy came true in the dust of a small town. He took our infirmities and bore our diseases. My child, I do not merely visit your pain, I carry it. I do not merely notice your tears, I gather them. Nothing that hurts you is too common for my attention. We crossed the lake again, and storm lifted its voice. The boat groaned, friends trembled. I slept within the calm of the Father. They cried out and I rose. Wind and wave met their maker. Peace clothed the waters like a garment. What manner of man is this? They whispered in their hearts. Even the wind and the sea obey. My child, let this image dwell in you. I am in your boat, and I do not abandon you to weather. Call on me, and you will feel a stillness that does not come from circumstance, but from presence. On the shore of tombs 2 men met us, broken by a darkness that wore their voices like chains. The town had built a life around their suffering, walking the long way to avoid. I did not avoid. I stepped forward. Light unseated what had ruled them. The herd plunged. The cliff closed over the old rain. Silence returned to minds that had forgotten silence, yet the town asked me to leave. Fear often prefers the predictable prison to the unfamiliar freedom. My child, be patient with yourself and with others. The heart learns freedom by steps, not by leaps alone. Keep sowing truth. Keep leaving room for rain. Trust the slow and certain work of love. Back in the towns, a paralyzed man was placed before me by friends who would not give up. Their faith broke a roof of dust and opinion. Before I raised his body, I raised his soul. Your sins are forgiven. Life begins in the deep place. The body stood, yet the greater miracle had already happened. Another day I passed a tax booth and saw a man weighing coins and sorrows. Follow me. And he rose into a story his neighbors called impossible. We sat with those the righteous avoided, and mercy set the table. My child, I did not come to congratulate good behavior. I came to seek and to save the lost, which means I came for every heart that knows it needs help. A synagogue ruler begged in the language of love, and a woman with 12 years of bleeding pressed through the crowd with a hope that would not hush. She reached for the hem of my garment. She believed that the smallest touch could carry the largest grace. Power went out as if a spring had been waiting behind a rock. Daughter, take heart. Your faith has made you well. The house of grief laughed the sound of unbelief. I took the child by the hand. I said that she was not ending but sleeping. Hope entered the room and the flutes forgot their song of mourning. My child, learn this courage, reach in quiet, touch and trust, and watch how grace moves toward those who dare to hope. Two blind men followed the sound of compassion. They asked for sight and received it. They ran into the day with news like sunlight. A mute man spoke after darkness left. Some called it the work of light. Some called it the work of night. A hard heart will explain away a sunrise. A soft heart will step outside to feel it. My child, keep your heart soft. Do not despise wonder. Wonder is not childish. Wonder is wise. For wonder keeps doors open that cynicism nails shut. I looked on crowds that were torn and tired, and compassion rose like a tide within me. Sheep without a shepherd, I said. The harvest is plentiful and the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest to send workers into his field. Then I called 12 and placed in their hands what they had seen in mine, authority to heal and to free and to announce that the kingdom had drawn near. Travel light, carry peace, bless homes that welcome you. Let your peace return to you where you are refused. Do not fear courts and councils, for the Spirit will give you words when you need them. My child, do not measure your worth by reception, measure it by obedience. Offer what I give, release what others refuse. Move on with a free heart. I warn them that truth divides before it heals, that bargains with darkness break before they bless, that loyalty to me would look like a sword to those who confuse quiet with peace. Anyone who clings to their life will lose it. Anyone who releases it for my sake will find a life that is truly life. To take up a cross is to choose love when love costs. It is to forgive without applause, to serve without headlines, and to keep kindness when insult comes. My child, this yoke is easy because I carry it with you, and this burden is light because love is stronger than bitterness. John sent his question from a stone room. Are you the one? I answered with works that speak. The blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, the poor receive good news. Blessed is the one who is not offended by me. Wisdom will be proved right by her children. I wept over towns that preferred their habits to healing. Woe is sorrow in the mouth of love. My child, hear the ache in my warnings. I do not threaten to frighten. I plead to rescue. Then I turn to those crushed by burdens too heavy for human shoulders. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, learn from me. I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. My child, this is not poetry only, this is practice. Walk with me at my pace. Refuse the tyranny of hurry. Let your breath find the rhythm of grace, and you will discover that rest is not the absence of work. Rest is the presence of God in your work. On a Sabbath, hungry hands plucked grain and a withered hand opened like morning. I taught them that mercy is lawful every day, that the bruised reed will not be broken in my hand, that the faint flame will not be snuffed out. Justice will go on until victory. Hope will not be silenced. My child, let your theology grow hands. Let your convictions learn how to wash feet. Let your zeal become bread for the dignity hungry. Voices accused me of casting out darkness by darkness. I answered with a house that cannot stand if divided against itself. If I cast out demons by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God has come upon you. Know this also, words matter. for words reveal the inventory of the heart. On the day of truth, careless sentences will be weighed. Train your tongue to bless, train your thoughts to give thanks, and your mouth will become a living tree that shelters many. I told stories that tied heaven to earth. A sower scattered seed in the soil told the truth about each heart. A mustard seed outgrew its littleness and became a home for tired wings. A measure of yeast lifted heavy dough until all was light. A field hid a treasure and a buyer sold everything to purchase joy. A merchant found a pearl and rearranged his whole life around its worth. A net drew in every kind and the shore became a place of sorting. Have you understood? I asked my friends, then. Bring out of your storehouse treasures old and treasures new. My child, keep your soil soft. Give small yes many times. Treat joy as treasure worth every lesser thing. And learn to gather what is good while letting go what is empty. I returned to my hometown and found that familiarity had built a fence against wonder. Is this not the carpenter? They said. And the gate to grace stayed shut. I did few mighty works there, not because light weakened, but because eyes would not open. My child, guard your capacity for surprise. Gratitude oils the hinges of your heart. Expect me in common rooms, and you will see uncommon mercy quietly at work. News of John reached us. He had paid with his life for a truth told in love. Grief moved like a shadow. I withdrew to a quiet place, but the crowd found me. I had compassion and healed their sick. Evening leaned in and the hillside filled with hunger. The disciples counted the little and concluded there was not enough. Bring it to me, I said. We set the people on the grass. We lifted 5 loaves and 2 fish. We gave thanks. We broke. We gave. The little became abundance in my hands and in the hands that trusted. 12 baskets waited at the end like a smile from the Father. My child, when you think you have nothing, bring me the little. Gratitude will multiply it. Obedience will distribute it, and others will eat until they are satisfied. I sent my friends ahead across the lake while I went up the hill to pray. Night deepened and the wind pressed hard. I came to them walking on the water. They cried out with fear, "Courage, it is I. Do not be afraid." Peter asked to come. He stepped out and walked until he noticed the wind. Fear pulled at his feet. He began to sink. "Lord, save me." And my hand caught him. "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" We climbed into the boat and the wind became a memory. My child, every step of trust will meet a gust of fear. Keep your eyes on me. When you sink, call to me. I will take your hand quicker than you can fall. On another slope, hunger returned after 3 days of listening. 7 loaves and a few small fish were all that we held. The crowd sat. Gratitude rose. Bread broke again. Abundance returned. 7 baskets gathered what could not be eaten. My child, learn the rhythm. Receive. Give thanks. Break. Share. Gather. Repeat. This is how love feeds a world. I taught that what enters the mouth is not what defile, but what flows from the heart, for the heart is the spring of words and deeds. A woman from outside Israel cried for her child. The answer came through the testing of her trust. She remained. She replied with a humility that glowed. "Great is your faith," I said. And her child was healed that hour. My child, do not despise the test that refines trust. The fire does not destroy gold. It reveals it. I touched ears that could not hear and tongues that could not speak. I laid hands on those who could not walk, and they stood. The crowd glorified the God of Israel, not because of spectacle, but because love was near enough to touch. Then I warned my friends to beware the yeast of pride and pretense that lives in the teaching of those who love stage more than mercy. They misunderstood and thought of bread. I smiled and led them forward. My child, remember, a little falsehood raises a large loaf of harm. Guard your inner dough with truth and humility. We came to the villages near Caesarea Philippi, and I asked who people said I was. They recited rumors. Then I asked them who they said I was. Peter spoke what the Father had planted. You are the anointed, the Son of the living God. Blessed are you, I said. And I named him Rock. I spoke of a people I would gather, of keys and of authority to bind and to loose. And I told them not to announce me with trumpets yet, for the story had to pass through a harder chapter. I began to show them that I must suffer, be rejected, be killed, and be raised on the third day. Peter pulled me aside and tried to defend comfort. Get behind me, I said. You are setting your mind on human things, not on the things of God. Then I spoke to them and to every listening heart. If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. My child, this is not a sentence to sorrow. This is an invitation to meaning. Give up the cramped life of self-protection. Receive the wide life of love. 6 days later we climbed a high mountain. Peter and James and John came with me. I prayed and the quiet burned bright. My face shone like the sun. My garments became like lightning. Moses and Elijah spoke with me about the road ahead. Peter offered tents to hold the moment. A cloud of presence came and the voice of the Father rested on us. This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Listen to him. My friends fell to the ground. I touched them. Rise, do not fear. When they lifted their faces, the light folded back into the ordinary, yet a new knowing stayed with them. My child, glory does not erase the valley. Glory equips you for it. Listen to me, and you will carry brightness into shadows without losing your way. We descended and met a father carrying a story of failure. His son was tormented, and the disciples could not free him. I rebuked the darkness and lifted the child. I told them that some battles yield only to prayer and to fasting, which is to say, to deeper dependence and quieter strength. Then I spoke again of my coming death and rising, and sorrow filled the road like mist. My child, I tell you hard things to prepare you, not to crush you. I tell you about the cross so that you will recognize the empty tomb when morning comes. When we reached Capernaum, a coin waited in the mouth of a fish for a needed tax. I sent Peter to the water with a line and a small faith. He found provision hidden in the ordinary. My child, do your faithful work, trust simple obedience, and watch how heaven hides answers in common places. Hold all of this close, the lifting of the lowly, the feeding of the hungry, the calming of storms, the opening of eyes and ears and hearts, the confession on the mountain road, the glory on the height, the promise of a cross that will not swallow the dawn. Let it become bread for your courage. Let it become wine for your hope. Rest now, for a love that carried the multitude also carries you. And in the morning we will walk toward the mystery that saves the world. My child, come close and let us walk the road that bends toward Jerusalem. The lessons now move from quiet hillsides to crowded courts, from gentle evenings by the lake to days of testing beneath heavy stones and sharper tongues. Yet every step still beats with the same heart. I came to seek and to save. I came to heal and to teach. I came to pour out a love that does not run dry. I set a child in the circle of my friends, and I said with simple strength, "Become small and you will become great. Welcome the little ones and you welcome me. Stumble one of them and you grieve heaven. If your hand leads you to harm, release it. If your eye feeds the harm, turn it away. Better to lose what tempts you than to lose your soul. My child, humility is the doorway, gentleness is the floor, honesty is the window, and love is the roof. Build this house within, and storms will pass without taking your peace." I told them a shepherd had 100 sheep and one wandered into thorns and dusk. He left the 99 upon the hills and sought the one until joy found it. In the same way the Father does not will that even one little one should be lost. Then I taught the craft of reconciliation. Go to your brother in private, speak truth with tenderness. If he listens, you have gained your brother. Bring wise witnesses if he refuses. Bring the community if hardness remains. Bind on earth what harms in it will be bound. Loose on earth what heals and it will be loosed. Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am with them. My child, do not hoard your hurts. Go and begin the slow art of peace, for I stand in the circle with you. Peter asked how many times forgiveness should count. He named 7 and thought it generous. I widened the number until counting lost meaning. Then I told a story. A king forgave a debt too large to imagine. The servant walked out light and then seized a brother for a small coin. He choked hope with his hands and threw mercy away. The king heard and sorrow became judgment. My child, forgiven people forgive. You are never asked to overlook evil. You are invited to release vengeance into my hands. And to keep your heart clean. Forgive from the heart or the prison will live within you. We journeyed from village to village, and in Judea they asked about divorce to test and not to learn. I pointed them back to the first tenderness where 2 become one flesh. Hardness of heart had written a permission slip, but it had not written the heart of God. Little children came and were pushed away by hurried hands. I gathered them. I blessed them. I told all who listened that the kingdom belongs to such as these. My child, do not outgrow wonder. Do not outgrow trust. Do not outgrow open hands. A rich young seeker knelt with a clean record and a restless soul. What good must I do to hold eternal life? Keep the commands, I said. And he had. One thing remained. Release what owns you. Give to the poor. Follow me. He went away sad because as many things had become as one master. I sighed and spoke truth that sounded like a locked gate. A camel struggles at the eye of a needle. Yet I looked at my friends and spoke the deeper truth. With people this is impossible. With God all things are possible. My child, I do not despise wealth. I despise bondage. Let your treasure serve love or your treasure will master you. I told them a parable of a vineyard and a generous owner. Workers hired at dawn, at noon, in the afternoon, and near sunset. All received the same daily bread. Murmurs rose from those who bore the heat. The owner answered with a question hidden inside kindness. Is your eye evil because I am good? My child, envy spoils sweetness. Let grace be grace even when it blesses another before it blesses you. The kingdom does not pay with merit alone. the kingdom feeds with mercy. On the road I drew my friends aside and spoke the hard sentence clearly. We go up to Jerusalem. I will be handed over, mocked and scourged and crucified, and on the third day I will rise. A mother asked for seats of honor for her sons. I answered with a cup and a baptism. I answered with a towel and a cross. Greatness in my house is service. Authority in my way is sacrifice. My child, do not fear the towel. Do not despise the low place. Every basin that washes feet becomes a throne in the sight of heaven. As we left Jericho, 2 blind men cried out through the noise. The crowd told them to be quiet. They cried louder with hope that refused to be managed. What do you desire, Lord, that we may see? Compassion moved like a river. I touched their eyes and sight woke like morning. They rose and followed. My child, do not hush your holy desire. Name it, bring it, stand your ground and trust. I delight to open what pain is closed. We neared the city of promise. I sent for a humble animal. A colt waited where 2 roads met. Cloaks fell like soft stones. Branches waved like green hands. Hosanna rose like a tide of longing. A gentle king entered on the back of peace and not on the back of war. I went to the temple and overturned the trade that choked prayer. My house is a house of prayer, I said. And the blind and the lame came near and were healed. Children sang what the learned would not sing. My child, let worship be simple and strong. Let prayer breathe through every room you enter. Let the poor find welcome in the places you call holy. In the morning we passed a tree that wore leaves without fruit. I spoke to the pretense and it withered. A hard sign for a hardened age. Faith can move mountains, I said. But faith also removes masks. In the courts they tested me with questions about authority and taxes and law. I answered with stories that turned the mirror toward their faces. 2 sons. One who said no and did yes. One who said yes and did nothing. Tenants who killed messengers and imagined they could keep a vineyard without the owner. A stone the builders rejected that becomes the cornerstone. My child, do not be afraid of the mirror that truth holds. Receive it, turn, and you will find strength where shame once stood. I gave them a wedding feast they did not want. Invitations went out and were ignored. Others seized the servants and stained the road with blood. The feast went on and guests were gathered from the crossroads. One kept his old garments and refused the garment of grace. He was speechless when the moment arrived. Many are called, few are chosen, which is to say, many hear and few say a real yes. My child, wear the clothing of humility and gratitude. Let grace dress your soul. Come to the feast with an open heart and an open life. They brought a coin and a trap. Is it lawful to pay the tax? Give to Caesar what bears his image, I said, and give to God what bears his image, which is your whole self. The Sadducees raised riddles about resurrection, and I spoke of a God of the living. The scribe asked about the greatest command, and I braided 2 into 1. Love God with all that you are. Love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 hang law and prophets like doors on strong hinges. My child, return to these whenever the maze grows thick. Love is the path that never closes. Then I asked a question of my own to unveil their small throne room. David calls the Anointed as Lord. How then is the Anointed only his Son? They tasted the edge of mystery and fell silent. Their mouths closed and their hearts stayed guarded. I turned to the people and warned them of teachers who loved seats and greetings more than truth and mercy, heavy burdens on other shoulders, long prayers with empty hearts, tombs made white above bones. My child, let your practice be real, let your words match your ways, let the inside be washed so the outside can be simple and clean. Grief gathered in my voice as I looked upon the city that stones its prophets, Jerusalem. I longed to gather you like a hen gathers her chicks beneath her wings. You would not. Your house is left to you. You will not see me until you can bless the one who comes in the name of the Lord. My child, hear the ache behind the warning. I do not delight in ruin. I long for return. I stand with open arms at every crossroads where pride has led you astray. We went out to the Mount of Olives and I spoke of days that would shake foundations, stones loosened from walls, nations in uproar, love in many growing cold, false saviors and loud rumors. I told them to endure, to stay awake, to keep oil in their lamps, to trade their talents into blessings that multiply, to care for the least and so meet me in the disguise of hunger and thirst and prison and sickness. My child, vigilance is not panic. Vigilance is love that keeps working while it waits. Fill your lamp with daily trust. Multiply your small gifts. Find me in the faces the world forgets. Night drew near and the fragrance of costly oil filled the house. A woman broke her treasure over my head. Some called it waste. I called it preparation, a heart understanding what others refused to hear. In a few days I would pour out my life and the scent of her love would travel with me. Judas bargained in the dark while love planned in the light. My child, do not measure worship with the scale of profit, measure it with the scale of devotion. No gift given in love is wasted in my sight. We kept the feast and I took bread into my hands. I gave thanks. I broke. I gave. This is my body. Then I took the cup. I gave thanks. I gave. This is my blood of the new covenant poured out for many. We sang a hymn and stepped into the garden where olives keep the secrets of the weary. I asked my friends to watch and to pray. Sorrow pressed like a great stone. My soul was very heavy. I fell and I yielded. Father, let your will be done. And angels brought strength into the night. My child, when your cup is bitter, do not drink alone. Bring it to the Father. Let your yes be spoken through trembling and you will find a deeper peace than comfort can give. Torches came and a kiss carried betrayal. Swords flashed and I healed the wounded even while hands bound mine. Trials rose like waves in the dark, and morning found me under a sky that had forgotten how to blush. Yet do not end your heart here, for I told you before we began. The Son of Man will be delivered, will be mocked, will be scourged, will be crucified, and on the third day will rise. My child, this is the center of every story I have told you. Love lays down its life and love takes it up again. The cross is a door and the door opens into a garden at dawn. Hold these things and let them braid into a cord that will not break. Humility and forgiveness, trust and service, prayer and endurance, truth and mercy, generosity and worship, the towel and the table, the garden and the cup, the cross and the rising. Tie this cord around your heart. Tie it around your work. Tie it around your mornings and your nights. When fear visits, touch the knots and remember, I am with you. When shame whispers, touch the knots and answer, I am forgiven. When weariness lingers, touch the knots and breathe, I will give you rest. Now rest, my child. Let hope be the pillow beneath your head. Let peace be the blanket over your shoulders. Let my presence be the lamp that burns through the night. Tomorrow we will walk again, and every step will lead you further into a life that cannot be stolen, for I am with you always, to the end of the age.